Attention! Something urgent is happening right now, and you need to know about it. If you stop watching this video, you will be ignoring essential information that could define your future. What I'm about to reveal here may be the difference between being prepared for what is to come or being completely surprised. This is not an exaggeration, it is a warning. The world as we know it is changing. The signs are everywhere. Natural disasters, social crises, divisions. More and more people are realizing that none of this is by chance. We are facing unprecedented situations, and you cannot continue ignoring them. Ask yourself, have you ever felt like something strange is about to happen? That feeling of chaos that many try to ignore is not just an impression, it is real. By watching this video, you're about to understand exactly what's at stake. But let me be direct. This is no ordinary video. What you are going to hear here is not said anywhere else. And if you choose to ignore it, you will be missing the opportunity to be ready for the most challenging days humanity has ever faced. We are talking about an event that was predicted and warned of a long time ago. Imagine 3 days of total darkness, a global blackout that will leave the world paralyzed. There will be no light, no communication, no outside help. Only those who prepare now will have the opportunity to face what is coming. What I am going to share here is not just a prediction or a theory. It is a call to take real action right now. It is not about spreading fear, but about giving you the opportunity to protect your life and that of your loved ones. If you think you can wait, let me warn you, time is against us. Every day, the signs become more evident, more intense. Chaos has begun, and ignoring it could be the biggest mistake anyone can make. No matter what you have planned for the rest of the day, nothing is more important than what I am about to share with you now. If you don't act, it may be too late. This video is not just a warning, it is a guide. I'm going to show you how to prepare for the challenges ahead. I am going to share messages and alerts that have been ignored by many, but are crucial for those who want to be ready. And here's the most important point. Everything you will hear is essential to your survival, both physical and spiritual. It's not just about storing food or preparing your home. It's about something much bigger. It's about how to protect yourself from something that goes far beyond what our eyes can see. If you want to ensure the safety of your family and find peace in the midst of chaos, stay until the end. What I'm about to reveal here could change the way you see everything around you. Don't leave before you fully understand what's at stake. The clock is ticking and the world won't wait for you. What's coming is inevitable, but how you deal with it depends on the decisions you start making now. Stick with me, and together we will discover how to survive and thrive in the midst of the greatest transformation humanity has ever seen. Your life will never be the same after what I am going to reveal here. Stop and think for a moment. Why are you here? It wasn't by chance that you came across this video. Maybe it was a recommendation, maybe out of curiosity, but deep down, there is something bigger that brought you here. A need for answers. A feeling that something is about to change permanently and that you need to be prepared. Do you feel it too? That impression that the world is out of control, that something is wrong, even when everyone around you tries to act as if everything is normal, is not just yours. More and more people are beginning to realize that we are living in unique times, unlike anything we have ever faced before. And now, in the face of so many signs, so many transformations, the question that no one wants to ask arises: what is really happening? And most importantly, what can you do about it? This video is not just any entertainment, it is a call, a moment to open your eyes and understand that while many are distracted, something much greater is happening. Those who do not see it in time may be swallowed up by what is to come. Perhaps you have felt a restlessness these last few days, a sense of urgency, as if something was trying to alert you, to wake you up to the gravity of the moment we are experiencing. What we are about to face will test not only our strength, but also our faith. It will test what we believe, what we value, and how we prepare to protect our lives and those we love. But if you are here, you have already taken an important step. You have chosen to listen, seek to understand, and, above all, prepare. And that puts you ahead of the majority, since while many prefer to ignore the signs and continue living as if nothing was happening, you chose to inform yourself now. I'll be direct. What I'm about to reveal here can completely change the way you see the world, but only if you're willing to listen to everything until the end. Because it is not just a warning, it is an instruction, a path, and every detail is important. You are not alone. Millions of people around the world are beginning to realize that something is not right, that something big is about to happen, but few are willing to take the next step. You are. Let me tell you something important. The time to act is not tomorrow, nor in a month, it is now. Not because we want to rush you, but because the signs are there, clearer than ever. We are experiencing the beginning of a transformation that can no longer be ignored, and those who are not ready will face difficulties that could have been avoided. But there is hope, there is a way, and I am going to show it to you. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, or what you believe. What matters is what you decide to do from now on. This is the time to take control of your life and prepare for what is to come. Look around you. Have you noticed what is happening in the world? Every day, new news arrives of catastrophes, divisions, and conflicts. They are not isolated events. They are part of a clear pattern that points to something much larger. We are living in times that not long ago seemed impossible to imagine. Have you noticed how natural disasters are intensifying? Floods, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, devastating storms. The earth seems to be reacting fiercely. At the same time, divisions between countries, peoples, and even within families have never been deeper. And while all this is happening, a feeling of helplessness grows, as if something is about to collapse. But all this is not a coincidence. What we are seeing are signs, indications that we are on the verge of a global transformation. It is as if the world is alerting us, calling us to see the gravity of the moment we live in. The question we must ask ourselves now is, are we ready for this? The answer for many is no. Because while people are distracted by small worries, excess information and daily demands, changes are happening at a speed that no one expected. What once seemed far away is now here. Wars are intensifying, tensions between nations have never been higher, instability is everywhere, and all of this affects not only the economy, but also the security of millions of people. However, many continue to believe that everything will resolve itself. But let me tell you a truth that few dare to face. The world will never be the same again. We are experiencing the end of one cycle and the beginning of another, and this process will be marked by extreme challenges like never before. One of those challenges is something that should catch your attention. A deep darkness is approaching. A global blackout. 3 days of total darkness. Not just the absence of light, but a period of testing that will separate those who are ready from those who chose to ignore the signs. Imagine living in a world where everything stops. No energy, no communication, no answers. Only silence and darkness. This scenario, which many believe is just fiction, has been warned by divine messages and signs that are all around us. Don't be mistaken. Scientists are already warning about the intensification of solar events that could cause a global blackout. They know it's not a matter of if, but when. What we are facing goes far beyond religious or scientific predictions. It is a call to act now, while there is still time. But you may be wondering, why is all this happening? Some say it's just the natural course of humanity. Others believe we are reaping what we sow as a society. Whatever the cause, one thing is certain. We are living in the most challenging times in our history. Ignoring this is a danger. What's coming won't be easy, but there is a way to face it with strength and hope. In this video, I'm going to show you how to prepare for what's coming, how to protect your family and strengthen your faith to face any adversity. Now I ask you, what will you do with this information? Will you ignore her or prepare yourself? You have already taken the first step by being here. Don't stop now. We have reached the point where there is no room for doubts or assumptions. What is to come has already been announced. The signs are all around us, and preparation is the only option. We are on the brink of an event that will not only transform the world, but will test everything we know as a society, as individuals, and as spiritual beings. Listen carefully. A deep darkness is approaching. We are not just talking about an electrical blackout, but about 3 days of total absence of light, hope, and answers. 3 days that will immerse the world in absolute silence, where everything that sustains us, everything that gives us comfort, will be removed. These days will be a test, and few are truly prepared to face them. Have you ever imagined what it would be like to live without light, without communication, without answers? That is the type of scenario that many believe is just a fantasy, but that in reality has already been foretold by divine visions and messages that many choose to ignore. What we are about to face is a test that will challenge our deepest beliefs, our trust in God, and our commitment to spiritual and physical preparation. Firstly, I would like to invite you to subscribe to this channel, because here I will be sharing a prophetic message for your heart every day. And don't forget to comment below your prayer request and tell me who you have been praying for in the last few days. Your family, friends, for work, for healing. Make your prayer request below, and accompanied by your prayer request, also tell me what country you are from, so I know which countries our message is reaching. Amen. The Virgin Mary warns us of the importance of preparing ourselves through powerful prayers to achieve protection and salvation for our lives. So download now my digital book, The Powerful Prayer of the Virgin Mary. This material covers a variety of prayers suitable for all occasions in life. Don't waste your time. Click on the link available in the first pinned comment and download it immediately. Units are limited, therefore it is crucial to act now to ensure that access to the powerful prayer of the Virgin Mary should be now before units run out. And be sure to paste your book without the first comment posted. It is very important to heed the warnings of our Virgin Mary and prepare yourself for the great torment that will come. Now this is where your faith and preparation will determine your destiny. Are you ready to face what lies ahead? What will you do now with what you know? This moment is not just a calling, it is a crucial opportunity to take control of your life, protect yourself, and prepare for what is to come. If you feel like all of this sounds scary, I want you to know that it is not a message of despair, but a message of hope and action. Those who prepare themselves, both physically and spiritually, will be protected, while those who ignore these signs may face the unexpected with despair and fear. We are on the threshold of a global transformation, a change that cannot be stopped or avoided. The clock keeps ticking, and with each passing day, we are closer to an event that will completely change the course of humanity. But what will determine your future is not the chaos that lies ahead, but what you do with this information right now. You know what's coming, and you have the choice to ignore it or act. Ignoring the signs is not only irresponsible but dangerous. The difference between those who survive and thrive and those who succumb will be preparation. And preparation starts today, with small actions that will put you at an advantage when chaos hits. Imagine 3 days of complete darkness, 3 days without electricity, without communication, without information. The world would stop, and what you know would disappear. Are you prepared to face this scenario? Think about the resources you will need, how to protect your loved ones, and most importantly, how to stay calm and faithful in the midst of the storm. Now is the time to make sure you have what you need. The small details are what make the difference. Do you have enough water, non-perishable food? Are you prepared to keep your home safe? Do you have blessed candles, matches, a Bible, and items that help you spiritually? This is not just about surviving, but thriving in times of adversity. Physical preparation is essential, but spiritual preparation is even more so. In times of darkness, the light of your faith will be what guides you. Faith is your greatest protection in these times. How to strengthen your faith now? It begins today with a sincere commitment to prayer. Pray the rosary every day, read the Bible, meditate on its words. Every prayer you pray will protect you and strengthen you. Faith is the light in the midst of darkness, and while others will fall into fear, you will stand firm, guided by hope. But faith is not just praying. It is acting, it is making decisions, it is believing in God's promise of protection. When darkness sets in, many forget that spiritual forces are also at work. Archangel Michael and the Virgin Mary will protect you if you surrender to them with true faith. This is not just an act of devotion, it is an act of survival. Divine protection will be your refuge. During those 3 days of darkness, every step you take will be crucial. Misinformation, rumors, false promises of security will be everywhere. Don't fall into the traps of fear. Stay focused on what's important, your physical and spiritual preparation. Stay calm and protect your family. Keep your faith alive. The approaching darkness is not only physical, it is also spiritual. It is a test that will not only affect your environment, but your soul. The fight will be internal, a battle between faith and despair, between trust in God and the fear that will try to consume your heart. Every decision you make during this time will define you. Faith is the light that will guide you through that darkness, and it is only through it that you will be able to withstand the trials that will come. The Virgin Mary has promised that those who remain firm in the faith will be protected, and she is here to help you through this period of purification. Are you going to trust their promises and take the necessary steps to make sure you're ready? God's protection is available to everyone, but it requires you to take action today. Spiritual preparation begins now with a serious commitment to prayer and faith. Every day you let go by without preparing is one less day you have to be ready. I know this may seem hard to believe, but the truth is that the signs are there. Global tensions, natural disasters, divisions between nations, all of this is alerting us to imminent change. And the question is, are you going to ignore these signs or are you going to act? If you decide to act, if you take the warnings seriously and prepare yourself physically and spiritually, you will have the opportunity to face what is to come with calm, hope, and security. What will you do now? Every second counts. The time to prepare is now. Don't be left behind. Don't leave for tomorrow what you can do today. Preparation is not just an act of survival, but an act of faith. And when you act with faith, the doors of divine protection open for you. The Virgin Mary, Archangel Michael, and all the saints are here to intercede for you. But you need to be willing to listen to them and follow their instructions. Don't let fear paralyze you. Don't let despair control you. God's light always triumphs over darkness, and that light is available to you now if you choose to act. Do it now. Don't wait any longer. Begin your spiritual and physical preparation today. Your life, the life of your family, and your faith depend on the decisions you make today. Remember, what is to come is not just a challenge, it is an opportunity. And opportunities don't last forever. The time to act is now. Every second you let pass without taking action, the future moves a little further away from you. But if you make the decision to prepare today, you will be aligned with the spiritual force that will protect you. You will not only do it for yourself, but for the people you love. Divine protection is available to everyone, but only those who act with faith and determination will benefit from it. Think for a moment about what will happen if you ignore these signs. You will not only be putting your physical well-being at risk, but also your spiritual well-being. The approaching darkness is not only external, but will seep into the souls of those who are unprepared. If you don't take control now, you could find yourself in a state of despair, unable to find peace, even as everything around you falls into chaos. Don't underestimate what is about to happen. Faith will be the key to surviving and thriving in the midst of everything that lies ahead. It's not just about accumulating material resources, but about strengthening your connection with God, making sure your soul is aligned with His will. The darkness will bring spiritual challenges like never before, but those who are firm in their faith will not be moved. Prayer will be your shield, and the words of the Virgin Mary will guide you through the darkest days. Think of the 3 days of darkness, a period where there will be no light, where communications will be cut off, and the world will fall into chaos. During those 3 days, your faith will be tested. It will be the moment when everything you have built, everything you believe, will be tested. If your soul is prepared, if you trust in God and in the messages of protection that have been given to you, you will be ready to face what is to come. Now imagine this. It's not just your physique that will be affected, but your heart and mind. Tensions and fears will try to dominate you, but that is where your faith will keep you firm. Fear will not be able to touch you if you have God as your refuge, if your heart is full of prayer and devotion. This is not just a time of trial, but an opportunity to purify your spirit, to get closer to God. Spiritual preparation is essential. It is not enough to be physically ready for the darkness. You must also be spiritually prepared. Make the rosary your refuge. Make daily prayer your habit. Each prayer will be a refuge in the midst of the storm. Remember that in those 3 days of darkness, the light that will guide you will be your faith. Don't let it fade away. Keep your thoughts focused on what really matters. Your connection with God, with the Virgin Mary, with the saints who intercede for you. Don't underestimate the power of prayer in these times. It is the only real defense against the attacks of fear, despair, and doubt. Pray without ceasing, without giving up, knowing that every word you speak has the power to keep you safe. God's light does not go out, and if you remain firm in your faith, that light will be the one that guides you through the darkness. Now is the time to strengthen your physical and spiritual preparation. Don't wait any longer. Don't let time slip away. Make sure you have what you need to survive those 3 days of darkness. Make sure your family is together, that everyone is prepared for what is to come. Teach them to trust in God, to be spiritually prepared, and not to fear when chaos breaks loose. Family unity will be crucial, and collective prayer will be a source of strength in these times of uncertainty. God's protection is near, but to receive it, you must act with faith. If you prepare with a heart full of trust in divine providence, nothing can affect you. What is to come is not just an external judgment, but an opportunity to realign your life with the will of God. The darkness will bring with it a purification, and those who are ready, both physically and spiritually, will see the light of salvation. It is important that you remember that we are not talking about a distant event. What is to come is imminent. The approaching darkness is not just a physical phenomenon. It is a spiritual battle, a test of faith, trust, and determination. During those 3 days, the world will be tested, and those who are firm in their faith will be the ones who will prevail. Don't miss this opportunity. Act now. Begin your spiritual and physical preparation today. Don't let doubt stop you. Don't let fear make you retreat. The times ahead will be challenging, but with faith as your guide, you will be ready to face them. What will you do now with this information? I ask you, are you going to prepare or are you going to wait until it's too late? Time waits for no one. Preparation is urgent, and what you do today will define how you will face the future. You can't wait any longer. The decision is yours, and this decision will mark the path you will walk during the darkest days of humanity. Remember, This is the time. There is no more time to waste. Act with faith, act with determination, and above all, act with love. Because when you act with love, you are aligned with God's will, and if you are aligned with Him, nothing can defeat you. Now is the time to act, to not let doubt and fear paralyze you. The days of darkness are near, and the only way to successfully confront them is to take action today. We can't wait any longer. The signs are already here, and the difference between being prepared and being caught up in chaos is what you do from this moment on. Your faith will be the one that makes the difference, and your physical preparation will be the key to surviving what is coming. Every second counts, and you can't afford to ignore what's happening. The darkness will not only come on a physical level, but it will also be a spiritual test. It will be the moment when your soul will be tested. Do you have the strength to resist? Are you ready to face what is to come with confidence, with inner peace, and with the certainty that you are protected by divine light? If you decide not to prepare, you will be at a disadvantage. You will be exposed to the chaos that will be unleashed, and you will not be able to find the peace you so need. But if you act now, if you make the decision to protect your family and yourself, you will be aligned with what God wants for you. It is not just about surviving, but about thriving spiritually, strengthening your faith, and being ready for the test that is to come. Prayer will be your refuge. Stay firm in faith, in the certainty that you are not alone. The Virgin Mary and Archangel Michael will be at your side, guiding and protecting you. Their intercession is powerful, and if you surrender to their protection with a sincere heart, there will be no darkness that can touch them. In those days of trial, your faith will be the lighthouse that guides you through the shadows. Don't expect things to resolve themselves. Preparation is something you must take into your hands. It is not about being a passive spectator at this historical moment, but about being an active actor who takes control of his life and his destiny. If you prepare yourself spiritually and physically, you will have the strength to withstand the storms that are coming. Remember, faith is not just an act of prayer, but a daily decision. It is getting up every day with the firm determination to be ready for everything that may happen, praying the rosary every day, reading the Bible, meditating on its words, and strengthening your connection with God will be what keeps you strong when chaos hits. Prayer is not just a tool, it is a means of spiritual defense that will protect you from outer darkness and inner doubts. What you are reading is not just a warning, it is a message of hope. You are not alone on this path. There are thousands of people who are already preparing themselves spiritually and physically for what is coming. But the question is, will you be one of them? The difference between being prepared and being surprised by darkness lies in what you decide to do today. Time is running out, and we cannot afford to wait any longer. Darkness will bring with it not only the lack of physical light, but an internal struggle between fear and faith, between doubt and hope. The spiritual battle will be intense, but if you remain firm in your preparation, if you strengthen your faith, nothing will make you fall. You will be surrounded by divine protection, and your soul will be kept safe. It is crucial that you take action today. Prepare your home, organize your family, and above all, strengthen your spirit. Darkness will not only appear outside, but it will also try to penetrate your heart. If you are not spiritually prepared, fear will take over. If you trust in God, if you pray fervently, that darkness will not be able to affect your soul. The dark days are around the corner, and now is the time to make a decision. Are you going to prepare, or are you going to wait until it's too late? There is no time to waste. Make prayer your refuge, make your faith your shield, and prepare your family for what is to come. This is your opportunity to change the course of the days ahead. Act now, and you will not be a victim of darkness, but will be a testimony to the light of God. Remember, what you are choosing now defines your future. If you decide to act, you will align yourself with divine will and be able to face whatever it is with calm, confidence, and faith. Chaos is inevitable, but your faith will be what keeps you strong. Are you ready to take control? Are you ready to protect your family and be a beacon of light in the darkness? There is no time to waste. Now is the time to act. What is to come is not just a warning, it is an urgent call to action. Time is not on our side, and every minute that passes is a lost opportunity to prepare. If you decide to ignore this message, you risk being taken by surprise, leaving yourself vulnerable to what is about to happen. However, if you choose to act now, you will be taking control of your destiny, and you will be one step ahead of those who do not prepare. Your future is in your hands, and what you do now will define how you will face the dark days ahead. This is not a time to be passive. It is not a time to wait for others to make decisions for you. It is time to take control of your life, to protect your family and your loved ones. The key is in preparation, in acting now so as not to be surprised by what is to come. Don't think you have time, because time is ticking and the signs are in sight. The clock is ticking quickly and darkness is approaching. If you haven't started preparing yet, now is the time. Every second counts, and every step you take today will put you in a more secure position for the challenges ahead. Faith will be your strength, but so will your actions. It is important not only to trust in divine power, but also to take concrete steps in your daily life. Don't underestimate what is about to happen. Don't think it's just a theory or a myth. The signs are here, and they are being ignored by many, but you have the opportunity to be different, to be ready for whatever comes. Imagine that everything you know stops. No electricity, no communications, no outside help. A world in complete darkness. Are you prepared to face that reality? It's a real possibility. And if you don't take action now, you could be left without the tools you need to survive. You have to think not only about the physical, but also about the spiritual. Prayer will be your refuge, your shield, and the only way to remain calm in the midst of chaos. That is why the most important thing now is your spiritual preparation. The approaching darkness is not only physical, but also spiritual. Fear, despair, and doubt will try to invade your heart, but if your faith is firm, nothing will affect you. Prayer will be your strength, your refuge in times of trial. Praying the rosary, reading the Bible, meditating on the sacred words will keep you at peace when everything around you is in chaos. It is not only necessary to prepare physically, but spiritually. It is crucial that you strengthen your connection with the divine, because the days ahead will test your faith more than ever. If you are not spiritually prepared, darkness will take over your heart. But if you follow the path of prayer and faith, you will be enlightened, even in the darkest of times. The Virgin Mary and Archangel Michael are here to protect you. They will intercede for you, but you need to be prepared, be aligned with them through constant prayer. Your faith will be the anchor that will keep you firm. Do not let yourself be carried away by fear or despair, because faith is more powerful than everything else. You are not alone in this battle. God's light will guide you if you trust Him. Remember, the signs are clear. Chaos is on the rise. Natural disasters are more frequent. Tensions between nations are at an all-time high. The world is changing, and although many continue to ignore these signs, you don't have that luxury. The time to act is now. Preparation is urgent. If you keep waiting, you could be left behind, without the tools necessary to protect your family and maintain your inner peace. This is a call to all who are willing to face adversity with courage. It's not about being perfect. It's about being ready, doing what it takes to be prepared for what is to come. Preparation isn't just for survival, it's for thriving, for keeping your faith intact when everything else falls apart. Every day you let go by is one less day. You have to act. There are no excuses. Life is changing, and the only thing that depends on you is how you prepare for it. Do not be carried away by the current of those who refuse to see what is happening. You have the power to change your destiny, to be prepared and protected. The question is, what are you going to do with this power? Time does not wait, and what is to come is inevitable. Are you going to act now or wait until it's too late? The decision is yours, but remember, the future is forged by the decisions we make today. Don't miss this opportunity. Act now. Prepare yourself physically and spiritually for what is to come. Stay firm in your faith, because that will be your true protection. The darkness may be deep, but God's light will always prevail. The time to act is now, not tomorrow, not next week, now. Preparation is crucial, and what you do today will define how you will face what is to come. The world is changing rapidly, and if you don't prepare, you will be one of the many who will be caught in the darkness. But if you take control now, if you act with determination, you will be protected. You will not only be ready physically, but spiritually, which is much more important in times of crisis. Faith is the light that will guide you when the rest of the world is in darkness. Think for a moment about what is at stake. Are you going to let fear control you, or are you going to make the decision to face it with faith and hope? Fear is the main enemy that will surround you during dark days, and the only way to overcome it is with the strength of faith. If you prepare yourself spiritually, if you take action now, fear will not be able to touch you. Do not be influenced by those who do not believe, by those who mock the warnings. Those who ignored the signs in the past paid a high price. You cannot afford to ignore what is happening now. Physical preparation is also essential, but do not forget that spiritual preparation is even more important. Your soul needs to be ready for what is to come. The power of prayer will be your main defense. During those 3 days of darkness, when everything stops and the world comes to a standstill, it will be your faith that sustains you. Prayer will connect you with the divine, with the protection that only God can offer. Do not underestimate the power of daily prayers, nor the power of asking the Virgin Mary to guide you. Acting in faith is the only way to ensure that you will be ready for the darkest days. If you have a solid foundation of faith, if you trust in divine protection, you will be prepared for anything. It's no longer time to wait. The clock is ticking, and chaos is approaching faster than we imagine. The question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Are you going to prepare, or are you going to ignore it until it's too late? The time to act is now. If you don't do it now, you will miss the opportunity to protect your family, to be ready to face what is coming. The world is changing at a rapid pace. Natural disasters, social tensions, international conflicts, everything is pointing towards a collapse. And when that collapse occurs, those who are prepared, both physically and spiritually, will be the ones who survive. Don't underestimate the importance of being ready, because those who aren't ready won't get a second chance. This is not a message of fear, it is a message of hope. It is a call to action. If you decide to act now, you will be taking control of your life, of your destiny. You'll be protecting those you love most, and ensuring that when the darkness comes, you'll have everything you need to survive. Faith will be your strength, and preparation will be your refuge. So don't let procrastination stop you. Don't let doubt paralyze you. Do what you must do now, because the future waits for no one. The approaching darkness will test your faith, but it will also give you a golden opportunity to grow closer to God. The purpose of this test is to purify you, strengthen your soul, and prepare you for what is to come. If you are ready for it, if you are willing to face it with courage and faith, then nothing can stop you. God's light will guide your steps, and He will protect you in the most difficult moments. Do it now. There is no time to waste. Prepare yourself physically and spiritually, and face what lies ahead with faith. Because at the end of the day, those who are prepared will be the ones who prevail. and you have the opportunity to be one of them. Act now, and may the light of God always be with you. The time to act is now here. Don't let fear or uncertainty paralyze you, because what is to come is not just a challenge, it is a test that will test everything you know, everything you believe in. If you decide not to act, you will not only be missing the opportunity to prepare, but you will be leaving the door open to the most serious consequences. The future is in your hands, and what you do now will define whether you will be one of those who survive the chaos or one of those left behind. Don't let doubt stop you from taking action. Think about everything you have to protect: your family, your loved ones, your inner peace. Every step you take now is one more step towards safety, peace of mind, and protection. Being prepared will not only allow you to survive, but also thrive in times of uncertainty. And the key to that is faith. Faith is what will give you strength in the midst of the storm, what will guide you when everything else falls apart. If you prepare, if you trust God and His plan, you will be prepared for anything. But if you choose not to prepare, if you continue to ignore the signs, what is coming will take you by surprise. And when chaos comes, you will have no time to react. What will you do when the darkness draws near? How will you cope with confusion and despair when the world you knew no longer exists? The only answer is to prepare now. The darkness is inevitable, but if you are ready, if you have your faith intact, it will not touch you. Not only will you survive, but you will be a beacon of hope and strength to others. What is to come will test every part of your being, but if you act now, you will be safe. Divine protection is within your reach, but it requires you to make active decisions. It is not enough to wait for things to resolve themselves. It is not enough to wait for others to take control. You have to be the protagonist of your own story, responsible for your future. You have to act quickly, decisively, with the certainty that time is running out and the time for preparation is now. Every action you take today will put you one step closer to security and inner peace. But remember, it's not just about protecting the physical, it's also about protecting the spiritual. Your soul needs to be prepared for the test that is to come. If you are not spiritually ready, the outer chaos will trap you within as well. Therefore, strengthen your faith. Prayer will be your refuge, your most powerful protection. If you are aligned with the divine, there will be no force in the world that will bring you down. The darkness will bring many trials, but it will also bring opportunities. Opportunities to grow, to strengthen your relationship with God, and to be a testimony of faith and strength. If you prepare, you will be able to face the darkness with courage, knowing that God will be by your side. You will be able to keep peace in your heart, even when the world around you falls apart. Do not underestimate the power of spiritual preparation. It's more important than anything else. Remember, this is the time to act. You don't have time to waste. The longer it takes, the harder it will be to deal with. The sooner you start preparing, the safer you will be when the moment of darkness comes. Don't fool yourself into thinking you still have time, because the time is now. Act with faith, act with determination, and prepare for what is to come. This is your moment, this is your calling. Divine protection is waiting for you, but only those who take action now will be prepared to receive it. Faith, prayer, and preparation are the keys to facing what is to come. No matter how dark the future gets, if you have the necessary preparation, if you have the faith to guide you, nothing can defeat you. Prepare now, before it's too late. Make your faith a shield. Make your prayers a strength. Act now and you'll be ready for whatever the future brings. Don't let fear control you. The light of God is with you, but only if you decide to act with faith and courage. You can't keep waiting. The future is already underway, and what is to come is not something you can ignore or put off for later. What is happening in the world is not a coincidence. The signs are there, and they are more present than ever. If you don't take action now, you could be left behind when the time of darkness comes. But if you act quickly, if you take control of your life now, you will be in a much stronger position when the tough times come. Every day that passes is one less opportunity to prepare. Every day you let uncertainty take over is a day you walk away from the security you need to protect yourself and your family. What lies ahead is not just a physical challenge, it is a spiritual battle. It will be a moment that will test your faith, your determination, and your ability to maintain inner peace when chaos breaks loose. Now is when you must act. You can't wait for the world to collapse before you realize you're not ready. If you have faith as your shield, if you trust in divine promises, you will be ready to face any adversity. Prayer will be your strength. Every word you pray will be a barrier against fear, against despair, and against the dark forces that will try to invade your mind. If you prepare now, your soul will be protected, and your mind will be firm. It's now or never. If you choose to ignore the signs, if you continue to postpone your preparation, you could face the darkness without the tools necessary to overcome it. But if you act today, if you make the decision to prepare yourself physically and spiritually, you will be protecting not only your life, but that of those you love most. You will be ready for whatever comes, and you will be a beacon of hope and faith in a world that could be in chaos. Your spiritual preparation is the key. It's not just about storing food or water. It's not about being physically prepared. It's about having enough faith to walk through the darkness with confidence. Darkness is inevitable, but if you prepare yourself spiritually, God's light will always shine in your life. Prayer will be your guide, and your faith will be your strength. Darkness cannot overcome those who stand firm in their faith. Remember, preparation is what will separate those who survive from those who succumb. Those who act now, who prepare with faith and determination, will be the ones ready when the time of trial comes. The time to act is now. Don't let fear or procrastination control you. Act quickly, act with certainty, and you will not regret it. Difficult days are near, but if you take control of your life now, you will be able to face them bravely. Think about what's at stake. Your future, your family's future, your faith. What will you do with this information? Are you going to take action, or are you going to keep waiting? Remember that time does not wait. Those who act now will be prepared, while those left behind will regret not doing anything when they still had time. Don't let procrastination stop you from taking control of your destiny. Take action today. Prepare your body, prepare your soul, and prepare for what is to come. God's light will guide you if you decide to walk with faith and determination. Fear not, for if you act now, you will be aligned with the divine and protected against all that may come. Darkness has no power over those who trust in God, and if you prepare correctly, you will be able to withstand any adversity. Spiritual preparation is the key, and now is the time to begin. The clock keeps ticking, and there is no more time for doubt. The future waits for no one, and the signs are already visible. If you don't take action now, you risk being left behind, trapped by chaos you could have avoided. The times ahead will test your strength, but also your faith. If you are not prepared, you risk being overwhelmed by fear, despair, and uncertainty. But if you act decisively, you will be prepared to face anything. This is the crucial moment. Being ready is not only about having what you need on a physical level, but also on a spiritual level. If you have faith, if you have been strengthening your connection with the divine, there will be nothing that will discourage you. The darkness will be inevitable, but your faith will be the light that guides you through it. Remember that spiritual preparation is what will give you the internal strength to resist the most intense moments of trial. It's time to put aside excuses, doubts, and indecisions. Every day that passes without you preparing will be a day in which you lose ground. And the worst of all is that there will be no turning back. When chaos hits, preparation will be the only thing that will make the difference. Those who are ready, those who have taken the reins of their destiny, will be the ones in control in those dark moments. Think about your loved ones. What will you do for them? If you decide not to prepare, how will you face the difficult days if you don't have the necessary tools? The best way to protect your family is to take action now. But it's not just about preparing physically, it's also about strengthening your faith. Divine light is waiting to guide you, but you must take the first step. Prayer will be your refuge. Every prayer you pray will be one step closer to the protection you need. You can't let fear control you. If you choose preparation, if you align yourself with divine will, you will be ready for any challenge. Faith will be your strength, prayer will be your shield, and your physical and spiritual preparation will keep you safe. The coming darkness is not only a physical challenge, but also an internal challenge. The fight will be both external and internal, and your faith will be what keeps you firm in the midst of the storm. What is to come is not an isolated event. It is a global change. The signs are everywhere. The tensions in the world, the natural disasters, the changes in human nature. If you refuse to see what is happening, you will be one of the many who will be surprised when everything suddenly changes. But if you take action, if you decide to prepare now, you will be one step ahead of those who don't see the signs. This is the time to leave procrastination and disbelief behind. If you prepare now, you will be able to face the darkness with courage. You will ensure that when the darkest moments come, you will have the protection and strength that only faith and spiritual preparation can provide. The key is to act with faith, not fear. If you trust in God and His power, you will be prepared for everything that comes. Do it now. Take control of your destiny. Protect your family and your soul. Don't let fear paralyze you. Act with determination and faith, and God's light will guide you through any darkness. Spiritual preparation is the foundation on which you can build your physical protection. No matter how bleak the future is, if you have faith and are prepared, nothing can break you. This is the time to act. Don't let yourself be carried away by doubts. Take control, prepare, and never underestimate the power of faith to guide you in the darkest moments. Time doesn't stop, and the clock is ticking. You can't keep waiting. The decision to act or not to act is what will make the difference between being prepared for what is to come or being one of the many who will be caught up in the chaos. What is coming is not something you can let pass without doing anything. The signs are there, and with each passing day they become clearer and more urgent. If you decide to ignore them, the price will be high. But if you act now, if you decide to take control, you will be one step ahead of those who will be left behind. Are you ready to face it? Do you have enough faith to get through the darkness ahead? The world is changing, and the challenges that arise are not something you can run away from. It's not just about surviving the physical, but about maintaining your inner peace, your faith, and your trust in God. The darkness will test your faith, but if you are spiritually prepared, nothing can break you. Chaos is not only a physical event, it is an internal test, a test of your faith, your trust, and your ability to stand firm in the midst of the storm. This is the time to strengthen your faith. It's not just about being physically prepared, but about keeping your soul aligned with the divine. Prayer will be your strength in these times. Every word you pray, every moment of connection with God, will be what keeps you strong and safe when everything else falls apart. But if you don't act, if you don't prepare, fear will be the one that controls your life when the dark times come. Imagine a scenario in which everything stops. The light goes out, communications are cut, chaos breaks loose. How would you deal with that? If you are not prepared spiritually, fear and despair will consume you. But if you have strengthened your faith, if you have been praying, if you have made prayer your refuge, nothing can destabilize you. Faith will be the light that will guide you in those moments. The time is now. If you decide to wait until chaos is already upon you, it will be too late to act. Every second counts. Every prayer you pray now brings you closer to divine protection. Do not underestimate the power of spiritual preparation. When darkness comes, those who have not prepared themselves spiritually will find themselves lost. But those who have strengthened their faith, those who have acted with determination and hope, will be ready to resist. Do what you must do now. Don't keep waiting for everything to resolve itself. Every action you take today can be the difference between being prepared or being a victim of the chaos to come. Preparation is not just a physical act, it is an act of faith. Divine protection is available, but it requires you to take control, to act with certainty and confidence. There is no time to hesitate. The darkness is approaching, and if you don't act, fear will take you. But if you take control now, your faith will be the anchor that will keep you firm. This is your moment. It's time to prepare yourself physically and spiritually. It is time to strengthen your faith and your soul. Because darkness will come, but if you are ready, if you have made the right decisions, you will be able to face it with faith and hope. Don't let fear control you. Take control now. The time to act is now, and there are no more excuses. The signs are everywhere, and although many continue to ignore them, you have the power to change your destiny. The chaos that is to come is not just an isolated event, but a global transformation that will challenge every aspect of your life. If you decide not to prepare, you will be letting yourself be carried away by the winds of uncertainty. However, if you take action now, you will be ready to face any adversity with the strength and protection that only faith can provide. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking there's still time, but the truth is, time is ticking quickly. You can't keep waiting for things to resolve themselves. Darkness is around the corner, and the only way to get through it safely is to be prepared, physically and spiritually. It's not just about having what you need to survive, but about having a solid foundation of faith that will keep you strong when everything around you falls apart. That is the difference between those who succumb to chaos and those who thrive in the midst of it. Imagine for a moment what it would be like to face days of complete darkness without preparation. Without light, without communication, without knowing what to do or who to turn to. The uncertainty will be crushing for those who are not prepared. But if you have been strengthening yourself spiritually, if you have been making decisions to prepare yourself, you will become a beacon of hope and strength in the midst of the storm. Prayer will be your refuge, and your faith will be your guide. Now think about what's really at stake. It's not just about you, but about those who depend on you. If you don't take action, if you don't prepare, how will you face what is to come? How will you protect those you love? The answer is in the preparation. Preparation is not just for you, it is for your family, for your loved ones. If you decide to take this moment seriously, if you act now, you will be ensuring a much safer future for everyone. But if you wait, you risk losing everything. Lack of action could be the difference between being safe or being trapped in the dark with nothing to sustain you. The question is, are you going to allow that to happen? Are you going to wait until it's too late? Or are you going to act now when you still have a chance to prepare? You can't continue ignoring the signs. The future is being built now with the decisions you make today. Faith will be your greatest weapon. And it's not just about praying, but about making daily decisions that bring you closer to God. Don't underestimate the power of small, everyday actions. Every prayer, every moment you spend strengthening your spirit will make you stronger. Every step you take to prepare yourself physically will be an act of love towards yourself and those around you. If you follow this path, you will be ready to face anything that comes your way. Think about everything that is at stake. Every day that passes is one less day you have to be prepared. Don't let time get away from you. Preparation is not just something you do in a day. It is a commitment that you must take seriously. The darkness does not wait, but you can be ready. Divine protection is within your reach, but it requires you to take action. There is no time to waste. What is to come is inevitable, but if you act with faith and determination, you will emerge stronger, prepared to face any adversity. Don't let fear make you doubt. Don't let indecision stop you. This is the time to act. Divine protection is waiting for you, but you must take the first step. Comment below for protection. Type, "Free Lord from all evil and danger." I would like to invite you to pray right now and pray. So don't forget to put your prayer request in the comments. If you have already done so, write it down. Amen. Let us pray for your life. Hail Mary. Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with you. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Glory to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. As it was in the beginning, now and forever. Amen. Jaculatory. Oh, my Jesus, forgive us. Save us from the fires of hell. Lead all souls to heaven and help especially those who need it most.